welcome to a 30-second episode of Angry Birds News. Today I prepare for you some latest news from the last week, but before we get to them, I would like to tell you something, because there will be some minor changes in this series. Among other things, this series will change its name, and it won't be only about Angry Birds anymore. Also, I will introduce the changes gradually so you can adapt to them. Things what I will definitely introduce are appearing of this series in Saturdays instead of Fridays, what you can see right now in this week. This change is due to the fact that the teasers to Angrybirdsreloded appear at different times on Fridays. Over time, we also plan to show a days of the news and the game from where this news comes, but this will happen after we change the name of the series. But we will let you know more in future on our community tab, where you will find more information about what more will be changed in this series. But as I said, it will be more in the future. But don't worry, news from Angry Birds will be still appearing in this series. But okay, let's move on to the first news. On April 10th, we got the new teaser to Angrybirdsreloded, where we can see Dahlia using her power in Angrybirdsreloded. Also, we can see near the flower a piece of a torn photo. Also on April 10th, Rovio announced that they are looking for participants for the next round of EUX research. And this time they did it well compared to a previous edition. Previously, they were limited this only to the one continent, but this time people from North America and UK or Australia can participate. The conversation will take again about 70 minutes, and it will only concern what players like in the game and what they don't. But I'm proud of Rovio for coming to their senses this time and not limiting themselves only to the one continent. Well done, Rovio. Keep it up. But on April 11th, we got a new hat set to Angry Birds 2, which is Earth Elemental hat set. You can get it from Tower of Fortune and upgrade it only today. But to help you collect this hat set, on our channel you can find a video titled How much you can really spend in Tower of Fortune, where at the end of this video I let you some tips and tricks which will help you to collect this hat set without losing all your gems. But of course, as always, you have link to this video in the description. But speaking of hats, on April 13, submissions for Angry Birds 2 11th anniversary hat set were closed, and you can no longer register your hats. But also on April 13, angrybirdspop gets a new update version 3.156.0, which adds new 40 levels. But also on April 13, Angry Birds hit 500,000 followers on their Instagram, and that's why I congratulate them, and I wish them to hit another 500,000 followers in this year. But also on April 13, in Reloaded chat on Rovio Discord server, moderator Velvet Thunder accidentally announced the Space Silver. He wrote that they have planned a Space Silver for a chapter in the first half of this year, but my question is, have they postponed that plan, or we will soon see Space Silver because we are getting close to the mid of this year? Of course, that doesn't mean that the Space Silver will be added soon, because they also can change their plans. But on April 16, in Angrybirdspop started a new event, which is a Red's Garden Shop, where you can buy great prizes for garden tokens, which you can earn through the daily events, for example, through the win strikes. But also on April 16, the CinemaCon event was taking place, where the first clip of Angry Birds 3 movie was shown to the viewers, showing the Red struggling with his kids. But yeah, this clip isn't public, so it's hard to say exactly what is in this clip. These may be rumors, or they may be true, but we don't find it out until December of this year or the first trailer for this movie. Even though I'm disappointed with this clip, that this is the final part of Angry Birds movie which will close this cinematic universe, because next movies will be pointless. But at least the ex-users are happy that Red made something that they couldn't achieve in their lives. But let's move on to the next news. From April 17 to April 19, in sunny Crossroads, the Angry Birds Festival is underway, where we can get the Angrybirds-related exclusive in-game accessories. But also on April 17, we started a 16th season in angrybirdspop with a new set of planet costumes in a premium pass. But also on April 17, started a voting for the hats from the upcoming 11th anniversary hat set, and right now you can give your vote for the one of two hats to the Matilda. This voting and the next ones for the next hats will last 3 days for each voting. And these votings will run from April 17 to April 27th. But well, we'll see who wins, but I will still be happy with a new anniversary hat set because it looks amazing every year. And this is all the news that I prepared for you for today's video. Thank you for watching this episode. Remember that Angry Birds News appears every week and present the latest news about Angry Birds from last week unless nothing interesting happened that week. So if you enjoy watching this episode, remember to leave a like and comment down under the video what do you think about this news. You can also follow my account on Instagram and TikTok, which is also about Angry Birds. Soon I will post there more videos. You have links to them in the description. And if you don't want to miss the latest news from Angry Birds or other videos about Angry Birds, then remember to subscribe our channel with a bell so you will get notifications about new videos. And see you in the next videos. Shade by Shade.